This is a story of Dave and Sharon finally living their dreams of sailing to the Caribbean and beyond. It all started with a conversation while raking leaves. Instead of being tied to one place, we decided to leave everything behind and begin a life of adventure. Our daughters were out of high school and it was time to move on. We bought a sailboat, which was an Amel Mango, and spent time getting it ready for our adventures. Join us while we share our adventures from getting the boat ready and embarking on our cruising life.
There's the Huntress. Also a series. Okay, gotta crawl up there. Okay, so we're uncovering the boat. Slowly here. So this is the Saugatuck Yacht Club, and they are the nicest people. Have been very gracious to let me keep the boat here for winter. Time to move it though, so that's a big step for us. There's a couple things I got to look at the engine, make sure it's cooling good, and I don't know, talk to the insurance before we move, or just move it. So this is my first real meal that I cooked on the boat, and while I'm working on it here, so I did found a nice little meat market and found some. Actually, it was Stop and Shop, and they had some good prices on some high-end steaks there, porterhouse. And I used the grill, and it all worked. So that looks good. Getting stuff together slowly here. I think I'm going to call the mechanic that's been working on this boat for years to help come over and help turn on all the water, seawater and everything else, because that way he can show me how to do it, save some time. So today we're taking the wet exhaust elbow off the Perkins diesel, and I tried looking it up, but I think I'm just going to take it off and head on down to Trexler's Marine. The nice thing about these boats is, man, you can walk right down in to this engine room. Alright, so I've got here. Got this coming off here because this is broken right there. So we took the bolts off. Took these off, but that's going to be a bitch to get out. This was all glued up, so I'm going to have to cut these, try to get this off, because these have to drop straight down and it's in the way over here. All right, so we turned the main on under the stairs.
Yep, and then we got the main engine intake, water intake, salt water intake, and then the auxiliary water intake.
Auxiliary water, so okay.
And then you have a salt water intake pump. That's for all the salt water that's used, like here in the seat,
okay,
and also probably in the galley. And then you have a pump there, emergency bilge pump system.
Does that pump it out or in?
Right now, this one is, there are bilge pumps, another bilge pump's over here, but that is a pump that I haven't used.
Is that the manual pump?
The manual pump is on
under the stairs.
Yeah, maybe. again, I've never used these two.
So
Over
now
here,
we go down in here, and we were seeing.
yeah, we've got from
This-
left to right.
Let's go back over here. So
Okay.
we're going to need to turn that
That's
on,
the sea
and
chest.
there's
That's the sea chest that provides salt water to all these pumps over here.
okay.
And this one here, once you turn that on, and you've got the water here turning this on, open this valve, this is feeding this second from the left pump is the refrigeration pump for all the refrigeration. The furthest pump to the left on the port side is the air conditioning pump. This one here is the water maker, saltwater washdown, and another bilge pump. So I don't use these two. I've never used the water maker on the boat. But
Which one's the water maker?
I think this
one?
one here.
Right there. Okay. Because I'll be fixing that, getting it going.
Yeah. And then over here, like here's your other.
I would think that water maker would work. No,
Yeah.
People just haven't used it.
Yeah.
It needs to be cleaned out. No,
Yeah.
what's that? Down in
That's
there?
for the fuel transfer from port,
okay.
port to starboard.
All right. So you just switch it over to the
Yeah.
other side.
Yeah, and this pump up here is for the freshwater system.
It's freshwater system.
So that's easy
okay.
enough.
Yep.
So what's important here is to, make sure that when we start these, that you've got proper flow. So, you're looking out the port side of the boat to make sure that that is drawing properly, because you don't want that refrigeration or the air conditioning system running without, the coolant going through, which is, the salt water. So it's pretty simple once you get it. These are both new pumps put in. So this should be good to go. And these up top here are just to prime it. You bring a bucket down here and open this up a little bit just to get it flowing if you need to. Sometimes a little finicky, but it should be good. You can see I had all this redone last year.
This right here.
That's part of, I'm trying to remember, I think that's part of the freshwater system.
Freshwater.
Yeah. There's a saltwater control here for the saltwater washdown here in the cockpit that comes out of here. So what we've done just now is we turned on the main saltwater intake. We've turned on both the main and the auxiliary engine intakes. So both these engines should be ready to fire up.
Right. I did buy a rebuild kit for this.
Okay.
He
I'm
had
sure
said
we
that
have some underneath here. You're going to find a treasure trove of things here. And back here you have the starting battery and a couple extra batteries. Here under here is all the house batteries.
Yeah, and you got two other houses.
That's
there?
all part of the house underneath
okay.
here. And then this little device here is
There's where it is.
the battery tender. Also, I was having problems with, there's something to do with the auxiliary. There was some type of energy leak with the auxiliary, somehow with the battery. So what we did is we put a shut-off switch in there. So we have a tender on it, but not only that, this rotary switch over here is the generator for this one. So we just keep that off unless you want to use the generator. When you want to use the generator, you just switch that to on and turn it on.
So that goes before you turn the generator on.
Yeah. Okay. So I think what we'll do is crawl out of here. Let's clear this stuff up. So
Yeah.
So you've turned the control switch on.
Down in the engine room, and he turns aft.
And then you do this to prime it, preheat, and then you press this.
All right.
Oops. Hasn't started. This is just up to winter, but we got sound. Perfect.
Now we gotta go make sure the water's coming through there.
Okay, so tricolor, that's
And the tricolor, this is the your projector light for what's on the mast. These are, let me see, your anchor light, strobe light flashing, and these are some more running lights midway up to the top of the mast. So again, the most important one you'll probably use is the anchor light. So when you want anchor, press this on, it should be a white light at the top of the mast.
okay.
Sometimes it's hard to see if it's on. If it's out, you got 68 feet to get up there to change the bulb. So again, tricolor, this is the big deck projector light, running light up on the mast, anchor light at the top of the mast, and this is this flashing strobe like when you're in trouble. And then down here you'll see the great French wiring. Now let's take a look at the, let's just do this too. In here, this is a watertight bulkhead.
Yeah.
If the boat ever had a problem. That, and you've got, this is the, this is for the table in the main cockpit.
Okay.
So you put this up there, you'll see how, you'll figure out where that goes, and then the table that's in the companionway there goes on there the opposite way. I never had to deal with these, but
Yeah, those are the relays.
Yesterday I fixed the elbow that was leaking. Where the surveyor said, "Oh, it's got a hole in it." Well, I took the whole exhaust elbow off. It's the wet elbow on the diesel. And there was absolutely nothing wrong with it whatsoever. The problem was in the end of the hose, the water hose connecting to it. It was so deteriorated, and so there was plenty of hose there. So I just cut off a piece of the hose, heated it up with a blowtorch, and put it back on, and problem fixed. Now I'll give you a quick zoom of the parlor area to show you that there is so much stuff that came with the boat, and a lot of it needs to be packed away. Plus the surveyor had a digital antenna that I can now tie into the nav system. But there's just so much on this boat that needs to be, and underneath this seat at 2 levels there's all kinds of engine parts, spare engine parts, charts, maps. It comes with flags. It comes with all the flags, which I thought I would have to buy for the Caribbean at least, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Bumpers, extra bumpers for, well, bumper covers. The boat has a zillion bumpers. There's extra anchors. Man, we're going to have to find some way to fit stuff on here and have to go through and throw other stuff away.